We're going to look at the new Antop AT415 UFO TV antenna. Why do they call it a UFO? Well, when you see it, it looks like a flying saucer. It's an omnidirectional UHF TV antenna. We're going to give it a try and see how it works. We're going to look at the Antop, they call it the UFO Dual Omni Smart Pass Amplified Outdoor RV Attic HDTV antenna. It's a dual omnidirectional, 360-degree horizontal, 360-degree vertical coverage smart pass amplifier for balanced short and long range reception. Has a built-in 4G LTE filter. Doesn't say anything about 5G, but noise-free digital reception. Digital technology allows high gain reception. Quick and easy setup. Perfect for outdoor, indoor RV use. Anti-UV, water resistant. It says high gain equals, or gain equals to mechanical antenna. It's designed by Antop in California, made in China, of course. We're gonna plug this thing in. I'm gonna sit it outside, and I'm gonna hook it up to my TV, and we'll see what we get on this one. I'm not going to install it on the roof just yet, but it may go up there. But I'm going to install it. I'm going to sit it outside first of all and just see what I get from an omnidirectional antenna. I could use an omnidirectional antenna here because the TV stations actually are coming from 3 different directions, so I have to kind of choose which one I'd really want to see. And well, I have to compromise. I have 2 antennas now, one facing towards one group of stations and another one facing towards another. It was really nice if I could just do it all with one antenna, and this might just be the answer. So let's set it up. Assembling your Enterprise, your spaceship, your antenna couldn't be simpler. Just screw on the top section. Oh, I guess I got to remove these screws first because they are what holds it in place. It doesn't even screw on, it just plugs in like that, and then the 2 screws hold the it in place. And I'll get a bigger screwdriver, just make it a little bit easier on myself. These are aluminum screws so that they don't rust, so they're not magnetic. So for this test, I'm just going to sit it out. I'm actually just going to sit it on the roof of my car for the time being, just because I don't feel like going up on the roof. And one of the stations that I want to try to pick up, my neighbor's house is right in line, like where my antenna currently is mounted. The neighbor's house is right in line with their transmitter. So if I set this out in my driveway, I might be able to pull that station in, and I'm thinking perhaps I'd mount it in a tree in my front yard will clear one of the stations that I'm trying to pull in that I can't currently get because my neighbor's house is made out of stucco, and you know what's behind stucco, right? It's got like a chicken mesh behind there. It's a big Faraday cage anyway. One station I cannot get because the neighbor's house is made out of concrete and chicken wire. Not very good concrete at that too, because it's all cracked. So I'm just going to screw on the RG6 cable. Comes with a roll of cable. Probably not long enough for what I'll need if I mount it in a tree, but it's at least will give me enough cable for testing. The other end of the coaxial cable attaches to the control box. Power adapter is going to plug into the control box, and this is going to connect to the antenna terminal on my television. Once it's connected, you'll see a light that lights up. When it's yellow, it's in bypass mode, so this is just going to feed the signal from the antenna directly to the TV. When you switch it on, the light switches to green to indicate that the amplifier in the antenna is now operational, and that will increase the signal for weak stations. I'm going to try it in the amplified mode because where I'm located, some of the stations I'm going to try to pull in are quite a bit distant from where I am. There is no real local stations. To me, everything is like 50 kilometers away. So we'll be pulling in what they call fringe stations on UHF. Okay, so this is what I'm receiving. Now, I haven't rescanned, and I probably won't rescan because I've got the most channels scanned into this set that I was ever able to get. And that was with the big brother to this, the other Antop antenna that I reviewed before, which is currently up on the roof. It's a directional antenna, but it's sitting in the same place where I scanned, and I got the most stations ever. It's sitting on the roof of my car. I'll show you where I've got it parked. So there it is, just sitting there, and the other one I had in exactly the same location before I put it up on the roof. And I was pulling in a bunch of stations right there. So when I scanned this TV last time, I was picking up CBC, I was getting Czech, which I'm not getting now, and this is the one I can't get because the neighbor's house blocks the signal. Oh, it's barely there. Almost there. But Czech is a really tough one to get because it's a different direction, and as I say, I'm going through all the neighbors' homes, and right now the antenna is only 5 feet off the ground, but this signal did come in with the higher gain antenna that I reviewed before in the same location. But that's okay. That one station's not coming in. I'm getting global. This is coming from the north, and I normally get these stations no problem with my existing antenna. These stations, the channel 12 stations, I don't normally get with my existing Yagi because this is coming from the opposite direction. So these channels, the 12s, are coming in great. I think I'll probably put this antenna up in place of my existing Yagi because I'm now able to get programs that I can't get, and I have to use a second antenna. That's what I'm using the second antenna for, is getting these channels. But if I put this antenna up in place of the existing antenna, it looks like I'm going to get these stations. I still won't get channel 6, but that's okay. Okay, this one here is a little weaker. Again, it's coming from another direction, but it's also a weaker signal. I don't care about that channel, to tell you the truth. And if the antenna's up a little higher, it'll probably come in. This channel's not here just yet. I'm not getting channel 28.1, which I do get with the higher gain antenna, or 28.2. I'm not getting these ones, but the higher gain antenna, I do get them. And 32.1 comes in. I think that now that station's just a little bit weak. So I am getting all the local stations. What I am getting better than before is I am getting the 12s, 12.1. Like these stations are pretty bad on my existing Yagi antenna, just because it's pointed the wrong direction. So the Omni Directional does definitely work. Not as high a gain, obviously, as a directional antenna, but in my books, this is a win, because it'll pull stations in from all the different directions at once without having to turn it, and the gain is good enough for all the local stations. I'm pulling in a lot more with this antenna than I was pulling in with my Yagi pointed north. Okay, I wouldn't put the antenna up, temporarily mounted it on the roof. Gee, I got to get up there with some paint and paint the fascia. But the other antenna, my Yagi, is here, so it's not quite as high. It's about, I guess, I don't know, 5 feet lower vertically, maybe 6 feet vertical lower, but still a little bit higher than it was. Let's go inside and see what I can pick up with this one. I've just put it up temporarily, so I haven't run the cable in properly yet. I just want to see what stations I can pull in with this one. So let's go back in and plug it into the TV and see what I can pick up. Alright, now I'm able to pick up channel 66.1, which is Joy TV. I couldn't get that when it was on the car roof. Channel 2, I can pull in. Well, that's not coming in as good as it was before. That was coming in better when it was sitting on the car roof. Channel 6, will that come in? Still nothing on channel 6, but then the neighbor's house is kind of in the way. I can't get that on any of my antennas. Channel 8, perfect. Channel 10. Another bad location, I guess. 12 is coming in good, 12.1, 12.2, 12.3, 12.4, 12.5. These are all coming from the same transmitter. Those ones are coming in good. 17 is coming in good. 24. That one's coming in good now, 24.2, 24.3, 24.4, 24.5 is a new station that's had this banner up for the past, I don't know, I think that's been like that for about 6 months now. It's a new station coming soon. When is coming soon? Next year? 26.1, I'm getting the French station now. I wasn't getting that when the antenna was sitting on the roof of the car. And 28, this is the Seattle station. I don't know where their transmitter is located, but that's a PBS station. It's coming in, as is NHK World Service, which is also from the same transmitter, 28.3. So as an omnidirectional antenna, I would say that it's working. That's back on one of the North Shore stations in 66.1. That is, there is another one at 42, but it's not scanned in. 66.1 is coming in. This is actually from, that station is in Abbotsford, so it's a long ways out there. Channel 2 is coming in now. A little bit of pixelation, because I'm obviously getting a reflection from something that is just causing the signal to pixelate a bit. But still nothing for channel 6. But everything else seems to be coming in pretty good. 10 wasn't coming in properly either. So again, and this is another station that's in the North Shore, so it just must be just a bad path. Getting a reflection from something, multipath, is typically what is causing this. But this channel comes in fine on my Yagi, which is, like I say, only a few feet higher. Anyway, I just wanted to show this antenna off, and there we go. Put a link in in the description. It looks to be a good solution. I'm purposely leaving a station that's not coming in on just because I don't want to get a copyright match, but I'll probably show that. Thanks for watching. I'll put the link in for this antenna in the description. Looks to be a great little antenna for someone who doesn't have a lot of space, you know, mounted in the attic or mounted outside to the siding or to the fascia board. And because it's omnidirectional, it'll pick up stations from multiple directions, which is what you really want. You want an antenna that is omnidirectional for if you've got stations that are in more than one direction. It'll certainly do a better job than the patch antennas that you stick up in the window, because they're typically directional, and well, from where I am, I don't have any windows that are facing in a direction of any station, because the stations for me are not north and south. It's north or east of north and east of south is where they are. One station to the east. So if I put an antenna in the window facing east, I'm not going to get the stations to the north or to the south with one of those flat antennas. So anyway, this one's working. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.